Random House Audio presents Get in Trouble, stories by Kelly Link. Read for you by Grace Bluer, Kirby Heyborne, Tara Sands, Robbie Daymond, Rebecca Lowman, Cassandra Campbell, Ish Klein, Susan Duerden, and Kirsten Potter. Year after year, on the monkey's face, a monkey face. Basho. Translated by Robert Haas.
The Summer People. Fran's daddy woke her wielding a mister. "Fran," he said, spritzing her like a wilted houseplant. "Fran, honey, wakey wakey." Fran had the flu, except it was more like the flu had Fran. In consequence of this, she'd laid out of school for 3 days in a row. The previous night, she'd taken 4 NyQuil caplets and gone to sleep on the couch while a man on the TV threw knives. Her head was stuffed with boiled wool and snot. Her face was wet with watered-down plant food. "Hold up," she croaked. "I'm awake." She began to cough so hard she had to hold her sides. She sat up. Her daddy was a dark shape in a room full of dark shapes. The bulk of him augured trouble. The sun wasn't out from behind the mountain yet, but there was a light in the kitchen. There was a suitcase, too, beside the door, and on the table a plate with a mess of eggs. Fran was starving. Her daddy went on. "I'll be gone some time, a week or 3, not more. You'll take care of the summer people while I'm gone. The Robertses come up this weekend. You'll need to get their groceries tomorrow or the next day. Make sure you check the expiration date on the milk when you buy it, and put fresh sheets on all the beds. I've left the house schedule on the counter, and there should be enough gas in the car to make the rounds." "Wait," Fran said. Every word hurt. "Where are you going?" He sat down on the couch beside her, then pulled something out from under him. He showed her what he held, one of Fran's old toys, the monkey egg. "Now you know I don't like these. I wish you'd put 'em away." "There's lots of stuff I don't like," Fran said. "Where are you off to?" "Prayer meeting in Miami. Found it on the internet," her daddy said. He shifted on the couch, put a hand against her forehead so cool and soothing it made her eyes leak. "You don't feel near so hot right now." "I know you need to stay here and look after me," Fran said. "You're my daddy." "Now, how can I look after you if I'm not right?" he said. "You don't know the things I've done." Fran didn't know, but she could guess. "You went out last night?" she said. "You were drinking?" "I'm not talking about last night," he said. "I'm talking about a lifetime." "That is," Fran said, and then began to cough again. She coughed so long and so hard she saw bright stars. Despite the hurt in her ribs, and despite the truth that every time she managed to suck in a good pocket of air she coughed it right back out again, the NyQuil made it all seem so peaceful her daddy might as well have been saying a poem. Her eyelids were closing. Later, when she woke up, maybe he would make her breakfast. "Any come around, you tell him I'm gone on ahead. Ary man tells you he knows the hour of the day, Fran, that man's a liar or a fool. All a man can do is be ready." He patted her on the shoulder, tucked the counterpane up around her ears. When she woke again, it was late afternoon and her daddy was long gone. Her temperature was 102.3. All across her cheeks, the plant mister had left a red, raised rash. On Friday, Fran went back to school. Breakfast was a spoon of peanut butter and dry cereal. She couldn't remember the last time she'd eaten. Her cough scared off the crows when she went down to the county road to catch the school bus. She dozed through 3 classes, including calculus, before having such a fit of coughing the teacher sent her off to see the nurse. The nurse, she knew, was liable to call her daddy and send her home. This might have presented a problem, but on the way to the nurse's station, Fran came upon Ophelia Merk at her locker. Ophelia Merk had her own car, a Lexus. She and her family had been summer people, except now they lived in their house up at Horse Cove on the lake all year round. Years ago, Fran and Ophelia had spent a summer of afternoons playing with Ophelia's Barbies, while Fran's father smoked out a wasp's nest, repainted cedar siding, tore down an old fence. They hadn't really spoken since then, though once or twice after that summer, Fran's father brought home paper bags full of Ophelia's hand-me-downs, some of them still with the price tags. Fran eventually went through a growth spurt, which put a stop to that. Ophelia was still tiny even now, and far as Fran could figure, Ophelia hadn't changed much in most other ways. Pretty, shy, spoiled, and easy to boss around. The rumor was her family had moved full-time to Robbinsville from Lynchburg after a teacher caught Ophelia kissing another girl in the bathroom at a school dance. It was either that or Mr. Merk being up for malpractice, which was the other story. Take your pick. "Ophelia Merk," Fran said. "I need you to come with me to see Nurse Tannett. She's going to tell me to go home. I'll need a ride." Ophelia opened her mouth and closed it. She nodded. Fran's temperature was back up again at 102. Tannett even wrote Ophelia a note to go off campus. "I don't know where you live," Ophelia said. They were in the parking lot, Ophelia searching for her keys. "Take the county road," Fran said. 129. Ophelia nodded. "It's up a ways on Wild Ridge, past the hunting camps." She lay back against the headrest and closed her eyes. "Oh, hell. I forgot. Can you take me by the convenience first? I have to get the Roberts' house put right." "I guess I can do that," Ophelia said. At the convenience, Fran picked up milk, eggs, whole wheat sandwich bread, and cold cuts for the Robertses, Tylenol and more NyQuil for herself, as well as a can of frozen orange juice, microwave burritos, and Pop-Tarts. "On the tab," she told Andy. "I hear your pappy got himself into trouble the other night," Andy said. "That's so?" Fran said. "He went down to Florida yesterday morning. He said he needs to get right with God." "God ain't who your pappy needs to get on his good side," Andy said. Fran pressed her hand against her burning eye. "What's he done?" "Nothing that can't be fixed with the application of some grease and good manners," Andy said. "You tell him we'll see to it when he come back." Half the time her daddy got to drinking, Andy and Andy's cousin Ryan were involved. Never mind, it was a dry county. Andy kept all kinds of liquor out back in his van for ever who wanted it and knew to ask. The good stuff came from over the county line in Andrews. The best stuff, though, was the stuff Fran's daddy made. Everyone said that Fran's daddy's brew was too good to be strictly natural, which was true. When he wasn't getting right with God, Fran's daddy got up to all kinds of trouble. Fran's best guess was that, in this particular situation, he'd promised to supply something that God was not now going to let him deliver. "I'll tell him you said so." Ophelia was looking over the list of ingredients on a candy wrapper, but Fran could tell she was interested. When they got back into the car, Fran said, "Just because you're doing me a favor don't mean you need to know my business." "Okay," Ophelia said. "Okay," Fran said. "Good. Now maybe you can take me by the Roberts' place. It's over on—" "I know where the Roberts' house is," Ophelia said. "My mom played bridge over there all last summer." The Robertses hid their spare key under a fake rock just like everybody else. Ophelia stood at the door like she was waiting to be invited in. "Well, come on," Fran said. There wasn't much to be said about the Roberts' house. There was an abundance of plaid, and everywhere Toby jugs, and statuettes of dogs pointing, setting, or trotting along with birds in their gentle mouths. Fran made up the smaller bedrooms and did a hasty vacuum downstairs, while Ophelia made up the master bedroom and caught the spider that had made a home in the wastebasket. She carried it outside. Fran didn't quite have the breath to make fun of her for this. They went from room to room, making sure there were working...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?